should be right up your alley because it's all about taking unnecessary, ridiculous risks, and that's what you love to do in games. And that's exactly what you do. I ever take that piece? Never.
No.
Because
What do you got?
We have Quacks of Quedlinburg. We're going to jump right into talking about a game that the four of us have played. And yeah, but not those kind of
It's about
quacks.
ducks?
No, not ducks. It's
not a duck.
No. It's
What kind of game is it? What's it about?
Well, it's about people who are making potions and trying to sell you a bill of goods and it's
like witches?
like witches.
We have found the witch, may we burn her?
Yes. All right. Well, in Quacks, you're neither a duck. You're more like a witch. You are a snake oil salesman trying to send your goods to whoever is going to buy them. You're going to do this by buying reagents to throw into a bag, and as long as you don't pull enough, mold out or something like that, spores. If you roll out too many spores, the whole potion explodes. But it's essentially a push your luck game, a bag building game. You're going to be putting in these chips. Each chip has different powers. When you play them on the board, they're going to trigger your power, or maybe at the end of the round they trigger the power. But anyways, Quacks of Quedlinburg is a pretty popular game. I think it was either nominated or won the Spiel des Jahres a couple of years ago. And
John's favorite contest.
That's right. And so it has a lot of fanfare. So, but is there any fanfare on this show? What about you, John?
Well, Quacks of Quedlinburg. I got to tell you, I'm a little bit probably conflicted on this one. I do enjoy the game, but as far as the theme goes, it's the first time I've heard it explained the way you have. I guess I didn't realize you're selling things to people. I guess that is how you earn the money to buy the other bubbles or whatever it is that you're putting in your potion. But I think it's the push your luck aspect that really, I enjoy push your luck games a lot of times. For some reason in this one, I enjoy it, I guess, but I don't ever get to that point where I can make myself push. I play most of the games I play with it, I never bust because I can't get myself to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing the math in my head. And
That sounds like a you problem.
No, I can't do it. I can't get myself to bust. So, and you really kind of have to early on. I think you really kind of have to bust early on to get your money up and to make things easier for you later on to build that pool. But it's one of those games that it is very approachable, and I've always enjoyed it every time I played it. However, I do think also you need the expansions to give it the more replayability because I've actually played it back to back with the expansions before because it's like almost a completely different game. You're like, wait a minute, what are we playing with this? What do these do this time? Otherwise, I could see where you would be just have your favorites that you like to put in your bag, and that's what you do, and you have success with them, and then you basically everything be the same. So I'm a little iffy on it. It's not one I would ever buy. It's one that I've always played when it's been offered and enjoyed it. So I guess you'd put me a little bit in the middle of the road, which is pretty rare for me. But that's what I got on Quacks right now. Chris, what do you say?
Quacks is a game I really enjoy. Yes, it is press your luck, and that's actually usually not my kind of game. Though there are some games that kind of break the mold that I really like. Can't Stop is also one of them. But yeah, no, I really like Quacks. It hits a lot of different notes for me. It doesn't play too long. It can play multiple people just as easy and quickly as less people, so which is a rare feat usually. But it's because everyone's playing at the same time. But while I agree with you, John, there's kind of some limited replayability somewhat with the base game. Even if you just get one expansion, though, I feel like you have almost limitless replayability there, which is something I'm a big fan of. And, because I'm from a time of gaming when we played games more than once. And so I really appreciate that. Like John said, you can just kind of have your favorites. But what I do is I'll just put them in a giant stack and randomly draw out and be like, this one side A, side B, and just put them out, all the different numbers and colors. And you got to think on your feet that game. Is this strategy going to work? This one going to work? It all depends on how they come out. So I like it. It's a lot of fun. It's simple, but rewarding. The push your luck. Anyone can play it. Great with families. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. What about you, Andy?
Well, thanks for giving me an opportunity to talk here, Chris. I really appreciate it. Let me tell you what I think. First of all, I'm going to tell you a point of order, a point of fact. That would be that Daniel brought up the Spiel des Jahres, and once again, as the resident Spiel des Jahres defender on the show, I will tell you that, yes, it won the Kennerspiel des Jahres, which is the connoisseur game of the year. That would be in the year 2018.
Ooh, I think I said 2018. You're welcome.
What's
Good
that?
job.
I'm pretty sure I said 2018, so.
I don't know. We have to go back and check that. I don't think you did, but I could be completely wrong.
We'll see.
Anyhow,
We'll see.
Yeah, it's a fun game. It's a fun push your luck game. I got to be honest, I have not played it that much, and I have not played it with any of the expansions. So maybe that does make things a little bit more interesting. I think it was it's made in such a way that it is a game made for expansions. Very much in the vein of I don't want to say like Dominion, but I could see it having endless expansions and what you could do with the different potions and different things. And push your luck is always fun. I wouldn't say it's one of my top games, but it's not bad. I kind of find myself in the middle of the road like John a little bit. I'm not gonna give it too much trouble, but I'm not gonna sign off on it being one of the games I'm just dying to play either. So there you have it.
All right. Well, that goes back to me. So I am not the biggest fan of Quacks of Quedlinburg. It's fine, but it is in a genre of game that I have never really enjoyed. What's the game? Manila. It's another push your luck game. Dice Town, I believe it is. Those two games are both push your luck games, and I had owned both of them, and I got rid of both of them as well. I do not like push your luck games. I don't like these games that make you feel like you have all these decisions to make. You can really think out a good strategy, and then it's like, oh, whoops, I pulled the wrong thing. All my strategy and all my plans are suddenly out the window. And some people will say things like, oh, well, this game is really good because if you bust, you still get points or you get money. So they're like, at least you get something even when you bust. But I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the fact that I cannot control my own actions and control what I want to do. The other thing that I'm not a big fan of Quacks of Quedlinburg about is that the tokens seem to be very conditional when they're used. I think it's the green one that always comes into play when it's like your last, like if it's the last one on the board, then it has an effect. It's never the last one on the board. Never the last one on the board. Why would I ever bother myself buying that green piece of garbage? And then if I would never buy it, then why is it even in the game? So, Quacks of Quedlinburg, pressure luck game, get out of my face. I don't really care about it, and I don't want to play it.
So the problem I've got with this, Daniel, is that you're basically saying you don't like to have fun. I mean, that's basically what you described. The reason you slammed it was because, I can't control everything. I don't like having fun with people. It's an experience game. Come on, man.
You're right. And it is a good experience. I do play it with Brendan, my 9-year-old. It's one of his favorite games. At some points, it is his favorite games. And it's a blast to play with him. But as far as grown-ups are concerned, no, I'm not going to play this very often.
You know what would be a much better game?
What's that?
A game where
Same as a duck. She's made of wood.
We know who has the real sound.
Okay.
Here. John, what do you got to say?
Daniel.
Yeah, it'd be about having a scale to weigh whether a witch is a duck or a duck is a witch.
Right.
And, anyway.
Daniel, two things. First of all, Dice Town is not a pressure luck game. And two, do you like what's that game?
Dice Town is a pressure luck game. You got to roll poker hands.
Do you like Orleans? Orleans? Do you like that game?
I do. I do like Orleans.
It's the same thing. It's bag building and push your luck.
No, it's not push your luck.
It's not push your luck. Bag building is different.
It's bag building and worker placement.
That's true. It's not so much push your luck.
Manila, though, is a great game. You mentioned Manila. That's a fun game.
Dice Town is not push your luck any more than poker is.
I think the judges just did not agree with you because you just lost some money.
That's not a surprise.
So it is a pressure luck because you can take the hand that you have and stop and force everybody else to roll one more time, or you can keep going. So every roll is actually a push your luck because that could be your last roll. So, but that's not the game we're talking about. So, Maybe we'll talk about that one later. We won't. No one cares
will.
about
We should
that.
talk about Manila too. We should talk
All
about
I know
Manila.
is your point, Daniel, on the green one where it needs to be last or second to last. That should be right up your alley because it's all about taking unnecessary, ridiculous risks, and that's what you love to do in games. And that's exactly what you do. I ever take that piece? Never,
No.
because that's how I play with no risk. You should want nothing but the green ones, except that would actually defeat the purpose because then there wouldn't be any risk. So.
Yeah.
That's true, because then they all be green.
Well, yeah, there you go. That's the strategy. Go all green. If you enjoyed what you just watched, click on the embedded video for the rest of the episode.